Right, so I want to invite forward Mike. Mike, do you want to come forward? Yeah, come forward. And I thought Harvest Sunday would be a really good opportunity for us to hear about the food bank. And Michael has prepared just a little bit of information.
Well, good morning. I hope you can all hear me. Hands up who can't. I'm a helper at the Woodley Food Bank, so I ought to just fill you a little bit in about what we do. And there's quite a few helpers from this church that helps the food bank. So here's our food bank, and we're based in Southlake Crescent, which is off Crockermell Road going up from the Good Companions on the left. And we're in there in Emmanuel Church's car park. Now, believe it or not, it's getting a bit aged, and with all the heavy crates and all your lovely food that you give us, we're going to have another one. And some large construction company are going to come in and take that away and give us, I think, another one or a newer one, because the floor's collapsing on that and we get lots of leak in the rain. So the next slide, please. David. What is a food bank? Well, it's a place where food is donated and given free of charge to people in need. I just told you whereabouts we are. So we're tucked away, but it's a very useful place to keep things in. Next one, David, please. The Woodley Food Bank has long been established, 25 years or so, established through teams of volunteers, and we're all volunteers, through websites and Facebook, and we're set up as a charity, and there's a card later on to show you that we are a registered charity with the Pilot Light Trust, and that's done by all the churches in this area. Purpose facility, connections to the organisations mean that other people, things like Woodley and Early Lions will donate money to us, and churches, and so we have a leader. His name is Richard Davis, and if there's any money that's donated to us, he will sometimes go and buy things that we're really short of, and sometimes we're really short of things. So he will go to Macro or somewhere, one of the larger stores, and get some things for us. Next slide, please. As you can see, we've grown a lot, and ever since, we're still not recovering from the COVID countdown. And today our forecast is, we reckon there'll be about 2,500 bags. They're donations, they're double bags, they're packages as we call it, every year. And we can't see that dropping at the moment, because we get so many people who are needy and can't afford food or don't have enough money for food. And that's all only in the RG5 area. That's our area. We don't go outside of that. If somebody comes from outside of that, we give them a food bag and then we send them off to the Citizens Advice Bureau, because there are other food banks. There's a Woking food bank, there's a Reading food bank, so there's not just us, but we are very, very busy. Next slide, please. Well, I thought I'd just show you this photograph. Now, this is a typical double carrier bag package, and these are the things that we put in. You can see down the side, it varies from time to time. I mean, we're now back in the soup mode, and we have nothing frozen or fresh fish. We're going to take anything like that. So it's tins and it's packets, and it's mostly useful things. Now, the people that come are recommended by the church, Citizens Advice Bureau. They are allowed to come every 2 weeks. The problem with the food bank, and this is just a little problem that we have, is we should be in an emergency. We shouldn't be a top-up every 2 weeks. And sometimes we appear to be a top-up every 2 weeks. So we do monitor it, We call it policing, where we take their names, where they go, where they come from, how many live in the household, this and that. So that's a typical double carrier bag food bank. And by the way, we get the carrier bags from all of you, and that's all very nice of you. And also, we get them from Tesco's. Tesco's carrier bags are brilliant. So the little Tesco's coordinator, he's ever so nice to us, the manager, and he gives us Tesco's food banks. Next slide, please. So there's a typical shelf where we date the tins, and we package things into all sorts of rows. We don't give any out-of-date food away. If it's out of date, we either give it to share for the Monday afternoon session, and if people take it out of date in the food, that's up to them. And most of the things that are out of date, but when some people look at their old mother's larders or father's larders and they're 2010 dated, we get a bit nervous then. So we date the tins of foods and the packets so that they're all in date, shall we say. And then there's a little notice on the side that says, if you've been coming for 6 months regularly, that means every 2 weeks for 6 months, we tend to say, well, perhaps you should go and have another chat with the CAB, Citizens Advice Bureau, and can you get any more financial help? And the Citizens Advice Bureau are very helpful and say, go back to the food bank. Because they don't have it, because they're inundated with people saying, can I have more money for this and that and everything else? So it isn't easy, and when people come to us and they've got enough money for the food for the week or the month, that's really sad this time of year. And this is Woodley, RG5. I mean, there are worse places than this to live. So we just remind them. So there are lots of people to support. That will do. There are lots of people to support the only disabled, the unemployed, those shielding, and many more that I'm sure you know about, who tell us their stories, and it's all about financial help, because the council will still charge their rates and this and that, and the rent and the tax, and all the food in the shops is increasing, as we all know, don't we? All our food bills are just increasing. Next slide, David. We rely on volunteers. Our volunteers are, we're so grateful for you all. We collect the food, we deliver the food is the next one. I mean, David Crane at the back there, he goes to Asda, bless him, and he's so helpful and so useful, and he's got a big car as well. So Asda and Waitrose, Asda Early and Waitrose Woodley are amazing. We get 6 or 8 crates from them Mondays and Fridays. They are so good. And then, so they deliver to us, and then we put it into areas, and then we make up the package, and then we have deliveries. The bottom, we have set deliveries to people that can't get out. Old people, and I've done some deliveries some days when we've been let down, and you wouldn't believe the people that are just in their house, and if we didn't take their food, I don't know what would happen to them, because they don't have family local or anything like that. Some of us do have family local. So, coming to church, and what Janet does with the food lunch bunch is brilliant on a Friday, Janet. All your helpers there, they're all volunteers, well done. So that's how we are, and that's how we work. We're not getting any shorter in the demand. The demand is going up, and as we're getting to our winter months mark, it's going up again. So, next slide, David, please. So, and the community, the schools, the churches are brilliant. The schools are brilliant. I think we're going to Wangels tomorrow for their harvest festival to collect the food, and we're going to the C of E school on one day this week, and I'm not quite sure when it is, Mark, but
the 8th,
it's really good. And the churches and everybody else. I put Waitrose and Asda stores because they are our sole survivors. If we didn't have them, we'd be really hard. So when you see people in Waitrose, and we do some marketing sometimes, stand outside Tesco's or Waitrose and say, if you're shopping, could you buy another tin for us? And it works wonders, but unfortunately we keep having to remind people it's not just a one-off. the food bank is not one. It's been going, and we can't see it stopping. We can't see it getting less. Next slide, Dave. And there's the people who said grateful for what we've done. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure you know people, your neighbours, people who sometimes can't get to church and meet all you lovely people. So that just says thanks to everybody. Next slide, David. Well, that's Brian, and he comes on Mondays and does 2 or 3 deliveries. And that's me for David Crane's benefit, so that I do go on a Monday, because he thinks I'll put the food at the back and put it in my larder, and I don't do it. And David's a great help. Next slide. And so that's the last slide I have, which is the general information about the Woodley Pilot Light Trust Mark, and the numbers to phone, and emails, and the website. And we do have cards to give away. And I'd just like to say thank you for not all these lovely food today, but for what you do every Sunday. And at the back of the church, there's always people there giving stuff away. And thank you for your attention.